What's up, everybody? Warlock Waluigi here, and today I wanted to give my quick thoughts on the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Remastered Definitive Edition coming next month on November 11th. In case you've been living under a rock, Rockstar Games is enhancing Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. They're adding plenty of great improvements such as a GTA 5 style controller layout, improved gunplay and targeting controls with greater drive-by controls in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, updated weapon and radio selection wheels, update to minimaps with enhanced navigation and waypoints, which I am so happy to see because some of those missions you had no idea where you were going because you didn't have a GPS. And you have the ability to restart a failed mission right after you die, so that's wonderful. Since there were always times where you're like, oh man, now I gotta drive all the way back to the mission after I failed. And also, you'll get social club accomplishments on the website, which is really neat, along with all the achievements that'll come with the game and trophies for those on PlayStation. You will also get enhanced visuals with improved graphics, fidelity for all three games, including improved textures for characters from weapons to roads, and much more for greater detail. A completely rebuilt lighting system with enhanced shadows, reflections, and more. Improved water and weather effects, enhanced detail in trees and foliage, and increased draw distances, which is something that I'm glad to see, because I can't tell you how many times I played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and I'd be like flying a car like from place to place, and I'd be just seeing all this pop in constantly. And if you've seen the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas remaster on the Xbox 360, which is something you might be seeing right now, all I gotta say is that game was not good. All they did was basically take a mobile port from phones and such and put that on console, and that just didn't work. There was a lot of data mining that found various features from the mobile game added to the console that were taken out. It was just kind of lazy, it was very glitchy, and I'm glad they're not going in that direction. But also for the Switch, you'll be getting touchscreen controls such as the ability to scroll through the menus. You'll be getting NVIDIA support for PC, which is really nice. And you'll also be using gyro aiming if you so choose on the Switch, though I don't really recommend it, but it could be fun to mess around with. But yeah, we also got a great trailer showing off some of the little comparisons that Rockstar made to the previous games that they made years ago. And I gotta say, I am a huge fan of the way this game looks. Some may not like how the models kind of look like maybe cartoonish Fortnite kind of characters, but I for one like that. I think they stuck to a style that they had years ago and just made it look more modern nowadays. I think they look phenomenal. Some say that Tommy even looks a little bit fat, but I'm not sure. I think he looks fine. I think a lot of the characters look very well enhanced, and I really like the visuals that I've seen so far. For years, I've played Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and I've been thinking to myself, man, I would love to see all those neon lights in HD, something with better visuals, and now I'm finally getting my dream. I have waited for a 4K Vice City all my life, and I cannot tell you how much I'm excited for this. It may not be GTA 6 and Vice City yet, but man, this is wonderful. I mean, San Andreas is probably the most popular, so it's pretty cool that on Xbox Game Pass you'll be able to get GTA San Andreas for free, and that doesn't include the other games, but it just includes San Andreas, which is cool. And PlayStation Now also gets Grand Theft Auto 3. So, I mean, you could choose for yourself which you think is better, but in my opinion, I think it's San Andreas. I think it's pretty obvious. I constantly wonder how they're going to improve the targeting for the gunplay and stuff, because these games were fairly simple back in the day. You would aim and you would basically get locked onto a target without the ability to freely aim. So the idea of being able to do that in old Grand Theft Auto games, especially with weapons like snipers and also some of those assault rifles where you can actually pop heads off, man, that sounds really fun. And I'm really curious to see if they're going to keep the cheat codes, because this guy right here used to print out cheat codes constantly. I would bring my friends over, and then I'd be like, hey, here's my list of cheat codes for San Andreas or something. Let's just go to town. So man, I just want everything. I want the pedestrian riots, I want the super bike jumps, the flying cars, the ridiculous costumes, the cars flying away when they get hit. Like, I love chaos. You know, traffic just going bizarrely crazy, you know. The amount of fun things you could do in San Andreas without mods is truly undeniable. It's really uncanny. I think San Andreas was way ahead of its time, and I cannot be happier. I hope they keep the cheat codes. But another thing I hope they keep is all the music in the radio stations. Now, if they were to keep the same music that they had in recent releases of the GTAs, that'd be okay since they had most of it. But if they take out anything else, like, I know they've already taken out stuff like Michael Jackson's Billie Jean or Rage Against the Machine's Killing in the Name and stuff like that. You know, after a certain amount of years, they kind of lose the licenses to a lot of these songs, so I really hope Rockstar made an effort to keep as many as possible. Though I understand if they can't have everything. But as long as they keep most of it, as long as these radio stations are kept intact, we're going to have a lot of fun, because those radio stations on the old GTAs were something else, man. Like, I really love Fernando and Laszlo, man, and I cannot wait to listen to them again in 2021, for sure. Another thing that really interests me is that they say that they used the Unreal Engine for this game, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to have modern day ragdoll physics and stuff, but man, that would be something. They haven't, I don't know if they've revealed everything about the game, but it seems like they've done most of what they can say, because the game comes out in a month, and there's not a whole lot of time to reveal much more information. If it's basically just a remaster, then I wouldn't expect tons of changes, but man, even just improving the gun controls is going to go a long way, I think. A lot of people that maybe didn't play these games back in the day, you know, the younger generation, will come back to this and say, man, these games were cool. And all I gotta say is, if you never played GTA San Andreas and experienced the loveliness that is Big Smoke and his order, oh, I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda. Now, in the comments, I did that right. I'm pretty sure, so if you love Big Smoke, say in the comments, because we all love Big Smoke. I always, you know, I can't say anymore because obviously I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't played it, but yeah, I love all the characters in those GTA games. Of course, back in the day, my favorite character had to be Tommy Vercetti. I loved Goodfellas, and just hearing Ray Liotta play a character in a GTA game was something else, man. I love the way Tommy dressed, you know, with that classic Hawaiian shirt. And I guess one of my dreams when GTA 5 was first coming out was to actually be able to play as Tommy Vercetti in GTA Online. Now, this is something I've been planning for a future video about Red Dead Redemption, but that's something else. But I've always wanted to play a game where you could play as old GTA characters in GTA Online and stuff. How cool would that be? Because in Red Dead Redemption, you were able to play as all the old Red Dead characters, but in the online. And I think that's an idea that they should stick to. I mean, I know character customization is cool and all, and I respect it, but I don't think they did that great of a job in GTA 5. I think the whole parent system was a little confusing. But anyway, this is off topic. I would be remiss if I didn't mention some of the really difficult missions, like the Zero Plane missions, you know, where you fly the little RC plane or the RC helicopter in Vice City, and of course the flight training missions in San Andreas. Like, man, some of that stuff was just a pain to get through, but hopefully they didn't mess anything up. And that brings me to more about San Andreas when it comes to how the customization was and how building CJ was. I absolutely hope they didn't do what the GTA San Andreas remaster on Xbox 360 did. I absolutely hope that they don't mess up the weightlifting and the various eating and all that stuff, because that's a really important thing to that game. There's not been a game to me that's like it. Even GTA 5 hasn't completely gone to the scope that GTA San Andreas did. I mean, 3 different cities, and they all are very unique. And I think the GTA San Andreas map is, without question, the greatest map in the history of Rockstar games. And I know that's a bit controversial, especially when you consider how good Red Dead Redemption 2 is, but it's just how I feel. Like, there was just so much variety. From the countryside to Las Venturas to Los Santos and San Fierro, like, man. But obviously I love Vice City with all my heart. But another goal that I'm going to make for myself, I never 100%ed these games and I never actually beat GTA 3, so I am very excited to get that opportunity now. So anyways, what are your thoughts on the trailer? What are your thoughts on GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition? Which platform are you going to get it on? Personally, I'll be getting it on Xbox Series X, and I would love to get some gameplay up for you guys, but that's going to be very difficult, especially with all the copyright issues. So I might do some Twitch streams on that, so look forward to that in the future. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you, and good night.